Welcome to my new video. Today we're approaching the most beautiful city in the world, Hamburg. So, enjoy! Currently we are east of the airport, crossing the extended center line of runway 23, so we're heading further north, and later on we were doing 2 left turns, once towards base and then turning final. Unfortunately, we were not able to see the city of Hamburg during our descent because it was rather cloudy. Now we're approaching the clouds, we are flying through them, and the layer is not very thick, so it only takes a couple of seconds until we are through, and then you can enjoy the beautiful northern Germany landscape. So, let the cloud surfing begin. And now we were instructed to turn left right at the moment we are flying into the clouds. And only a few seconds later, still on the left turn, and we are about to come clear of the clouds, so enjoy the view. And now we were instructed to turn further left, so this is basically now the intercept heading for the final approach course of the R&P approach runway 15. The autopilot is still engaged at this time of the approach. Now turning final, runway 15. Can you see the airport already? That was our radio altimeter, It's at 2,500, so that means we are now 2,500 feet above the ground. The radio altimeter measures the altitude above the terrain presently beneath the airplane. Northern Germany is famous for its wind. Just like today, we have quite winds from a southerly direction, so we have a little crosswind from the right, so not too bad. But as you can see, the autopilot is doing its thing and keeping the aircraft on the final approach course. And now it's time for some manual flying. Autopilot off. And now I have to deal with the turbulent air and the winds. Gear is down, flaps are full, because we are approaching 1,000 feet above the airport. And that's the point where we have to be established, so everything has to be done at this point.
1,000.
That was once again our radio altimeter telling us that we are 1,000 feet above ground. Even though you are manually flying, the flight control computers are still working with you, so it's easy to over-control on the Airbus. So just do less on the side stick during the approach and let the airplane stabilize itself. You just need small minor inputs to stay stabilized on the approach. A small gust is hitting us, but that's no problem, so the airplane just deals with it, and of course I'm doing my input as well. So we stay stabilized on the approach. Now we're almost there. The radio altimeter is counting down again. So at about 30 feet you will start the flare. Shortly after that, power to idle, and then you straighten up the nose with the runway center line, and then touchdown, and shortly after touchdown you hear the cluck, which is the thrust reverses. On long runways, just like this one here in Hamburg, you don't need to do a lot of braking. So the spoilers, the idle reverse is pretty much enough to decelerate the airplane to almost taxi speed until we want to vacate the runway. So you can save a lot of money, energy, brake wear. So at this point I'm not even braking, it's just the idle reverse at the spoilers. Now we are crossing the other runway, and now we're turning left, reaching taxi speed. So you're closing the thrust reversers, and then you vacate the runway via this taxiway. And now the hardest part of flying starts, finding your parking position. In Hamburg it's quite easy, as the airport layout is quite easy, but at airports like Paris, Charles de Gaulle, it can be a little more complicated, but with our taxi charts we always find our way to our parking position. turning left here, and you can see on the ground a max wingspan of 36 meters, so that is fine for the Airbus A321. All the gates were occupied, so we had in apron position today because there was some industrial action going on at the airport, and all the other gates, as you can see, were occupied, and that's why we're parking on parking position 62 on the apron. Usually we are parked at the gate in Hamburg. Now we're almost there. People are already waiting for us, and you can see the guidance system up there counting down the meters until we have to stop, and if we are too far left or too far right of the center line, it shows you with some little red arrows as well in which direction you have to steer to stay on the center line. And once you have reached the right position, it says stop, and then you'd better stop. Here we go, stop, set the parking brake, and thank you very much for watching.